Hey guys, today I want to show you the relationship between Kamala Harris, 9/11, and Osama bin Laden. There's some interesting number relationships with 9/11, the Iraq War, and Kamala Harris, and of course she's the vice presidential candidate for the next election. But the first thing I want to show you guys real quick is the gematria of Kamala Harris's name and its relation to 811 and pi. So her full name here, Kamala Devi Harris. If we look at the ordinal gematria, it sums to 152. And what I have here is the pi calculator. So I want to look at the first occurrence of the number 811 in pi. And of course, 811 is the wormwood reference in the book of Revelation. Harris was the official vice presidential candidate on 8/11/2020. But the first occurrence of the number 811 in pi is the 152nd decimal. Begins our first 811. Kamala Devi Harris, 152. First occurrence of 811, 152nd decimal of pi. An interesting correlation there. And I'm going to be talking about the date of 12/20/2021, just a few days before my World War III date of 12/22. But I want to show you a number connection to Osama bin Laden now, and then I'll connect it at the end here with Kamala. Osama bin Laden, another 8/11 here. Osama bin Laden became the first general emir of Al-Qaeda on 8/11/88. And we have a listed birth date of 3/10/1957 for Osama bin Laden. So we go from his birth date, 3/10/1957, to the day he became the leader of Al-Qaeda. You can see here it's 11,477 days from his birth to the day he became the leader of Al-Qaeda. If we look at this number, 11,477, the 11,477th prime is 12/20/21. Looks just like a date here, 12/20/21, 122,021. So that's the date of focus in this video, just 2 days before my World War III date. Now if we look at the events of 9/11, 2001 to 3/20/2003, you can see it's 555 days, and the significant event that happened on March 20th, 2003 was the beginning of the Iraq War on March 20th, 2003, 555 days after 9/11. Now we're going to compare the death date and find another 555 here with Osama bin Laden. He died on May 2nd, 2011. That just happened to be the 400th anniversary of the release of the King James Bible. We go to this date, 12/20/2021. You can see it's 555 weeks after the death of Osama bin Laden. Iraq War, 555 days after 9/11. And this date of 12/20/2021 is 555 weeks after the death of Osama bin Laden. And Osama bin Laden's death on May 2nd, 2011, that was part of an operation called Neptune Spear. And of course we have the Blue Beam Memorial for the blue planet Neptune. The outer facade of the Twin Towers were shaped like the trident of Neptune or Poseidon, which are one and the same. So that's why they had Osama bin Laden Operation Neptune Spear. I've showed you guys this before with the Revelation 6:12, 8:11, 9:11, how that's connected to the timing of 9/11. Each one of these verses of Revelation are represented in the events of 9/11. So we have the official date here, 9/11/2001, time 8:46 to 10:28 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And as many have pointed out here, the recent George Floyd death, the officers supposedly kneeled on his neck for 8 minutes, 46 seconds. So there's a 9/11 connection to George Floyd here, but official times for 9/11 are 8:46 to 10:28. I already have that plugged in here for the times. 8:46 to 10:28 is 6,120 seconds. That's for our Revelation 6:12 reference. Osama bin Laden became the leader of Al-Qaeda on 8/11. And of course, the events happened on 9/11. And that encodes our 24th star number, 3313. But the great earthquake, and then the angel of the bottomless pit, and then we have our wormwood connection here. With our Kamala Harris 8/11, her pi connection, and okay, one more thing here I want to show you with this date of 12/20/2021 in relation to the X eclipses. The Great American Eclipse that was on August 21st, 2017. The next Great American Eclipse, which will form an X over Carbondale, Illinois, which is in the area of Illinois called Little Egypt, the 618 area code, the golden ratio. But the completion of the X is on April 8th, 2024. So we're going to look at this date, 12/20/2021, to the completion of the X. A very familiar number, if you know my channel, the 2319, 2 years, 3 months, 19 days before the X. And I did a whole video with the 2319. I showed you how 2319 was related to presidential assassination and 9/11. But if you remember from the movie Monsters Incorporated, the emergency they have is called a 2319, and this happens at 9:45. What's interesting about the time of 9:45 is it's 585 minutes into the day, and that's when the study of earthquakes began. The 2319 happened 585 minutes into the day. That's our earthquake number. And we had the earthquake, the largest earthquake in the Midwest here, right where the X will be formed. That was back in 11/9/1968. And then the path of totality of the 2024 eclipse will pass over Buffalo, New York. And remember our Buffalo connection to the ox. 12/20/2021 is the ox year plus 311 days. The ox year will begin on 2/12/2021. 9/11 was in the 212 area code. $311 days into the ox year, 12/20. But that path of totality will pass over Buffalo, New York. And the ox, cows, beef cattle, and buffalo are all related in the Chinese mythology. And they're related to earthquakes. The origin of earthquakes is the ox. It's also interesting that William McKinley was assassinated in Buffalo, New York. I've showed you guys that slide before with the date connection to the X eclipse. Buffalo, New York, path of totality. William McKinley assassinated in Buffalo, New York. The earthquake in southern Illinois on 11/9/68. The golden ratio of Carbondale, where the X is formed, is the area code. The last reference to an earthquake in the Bible is Revelation 16:18, also the golden ratio. One more thing here with connection to Kamala Harris and the date of 12/20/2021. She was born on October 20th, 1964. So 12/20/2021 will be 686 months after her birth. And the 686 I've talked about quite a bit before. It's a very interesting number. The factorization of 686 is 2 times 7 times 7 times 7. And the number itself, 2777, is the 404th prime for the 404 total verses in Revelation. If we look at the number itself, 404, there's a bit of a circular riddle here. The factorization of 404 is 2 times 2 times 101. That's the first, and the 26th primes. .404 is the first, and 26th primes. The time of 11/26, 686 minutes. Leaves 54 minutes to 1220. Osama bin Laden died at the age of 54. Osama bin Laden was 54 when he died. Okay guys, just wanted to show you the pi connection to 811. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. I did the Joe Biden Kamala Harris video. I showed you the 3313 related to World War and Joe Biden. The 811 connection to both Osama and Kamala Harris. Osama bin Laden died during Operation Neptune Spear. The Twin Towers were a tribute to Neptune, this tridents. And the blue beams, the blue planet of Neptune. The 2319, with that date of 1220, in relation to the earthquake, and the earthquake verse and the golden ratio. Okay guys, that's all I had. Just wanted to show you the pi connection and the connections to Kamala and Osama bin Laden and 9/11. Thanks for watching.